Hello everybody. Let me know if you guys have trouble hearing me or seeing me. Feel free to pin my video. You see me in the small one. Make sure we have some room. Feeling like I'm on an angle today. Alright. I think that's a little better. Okay. You guys ready to warm up and get working? Work those legs, long weekend. Time to get back into it. All right. Got our timer. If you have any small weights, you know the drill, you can use them. Or any bands that you have close by, you can use them for later in our class. Any sort of chair or a wall facility. Also good to have close by if you need something to hold on to. Let's start with our hands right on our hips, and we're just going to lean side to side. And then pressing into those side hips, giving the stretch down here. Very gentle. And then go ahead and bring it into a circle. All the way around. Lightly pressing forward, feeling that stretch down your hip flexors, and repeat to the other side. And go ahead and bring those arms out to the side. Take those feet out a little bit wider. Roll the shoulders back. Nice big arm circles to the back. And repeat to the front. Getting a little bit bigger. And bring both those arms up. Reach, drop that right arm down, up and over. And same thing, bring that right arm up, left arm comes down. And hands behind the head. We're going to take a second to do some good mornings. So get those knees nice and a little bit of bend in them. We're going to pull our core in, and you're just going to hinge at the hips. Nice flat back, coming straight back up. And from here. Stopping when you feel that stretch in your hamstrings. And then back up. Shoulders down. Stretch out those hamstrings and our low backs as well. 2 more. And get the top of your space. We're going to bring our chins down to our chest, roll our shoulders over, walk it out into a plank position. Hold it here. Bring your hips up into a downward dog. And back down to a plank. And down dog. And bring that left leg underneath and forward into a nice low lunge. Pressing those hips down towards the ground. You can bring that left arm up, reach to the ceiling. and place it back down and switch legs. Right leg comes underneath and right arm comes up. Place it back down, plank position, downward dog. And back to your plank, and then walk the hands back in, up to standing. Roll those shoulders back. All right. Let's bring it down onto the floor, down onto our hands and knees. We're going to start with our bird dog. Get that core and glutes nice and fired up. So make sure there's some space between your knees. Hands are right underneath your shoulders. We're going to take our left arm, reach it out, right arm, and right leg goes back. Left arm, right leg. And bring them underneath. So you're going to tap your elbow to your knee, extend it back out, place it down. Other side. Out, in, reach, and switch. Keep it going. I want you to squeeze that leg when it's fully extended. Last one. And bring it back down into a child's pose position. Reach those arms out. Flip it over onto your back. And you're gonna do bridges. All right, laying it down nice and flat. Far away from the camera. All right, so pressing that low back into the floor, laying it down flat. Hands down by the side. Press your feet into the ground. Squeeze your cheeks together. And we're going to lift your glutes off the ground, pressing through our feet and keeping our cheeks squeezed. And we're going to bring it back down, nice and slow. And then again, squeeze and lift. You should be able to wiggle your toes and back down. Up and hold for the next 10 seconds. Focus on keeping your core pulled in and your glutes squeezed. And bring it down. Take those legs into the chest. Give them a nice little hug. And roll it over into our plank position. This time it's going to be on our elbow. Drop it down. Now, options here. We have plank leg lift. So you can be in this modified plank position and just focus on one leg at a time, lifting and lowering, lift, lower, lift, and lower, just like this. We're going to do the right leg first. If you want to make this a little bit harder, go ahead and pick that left knee up off the ground and lift that right leg up and down. Otherwise, drop that knee down, give it a little bit more support. Squeezing that leg, keeping it as straight as you can. 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Rock it back to your child's pose. We're going to repeat on the other side. All right, back down onto those elbows. Best way to get a good modified plank is to go up into your plank and then drop those knees right down and hold here. Left leg, bring it out. Lift, lower, lift, and lower. Keep it going. Can't see me in the big one, pin me. Right click and hip pin. We got 15 seconds left. Keep doing those leg lifts. Left leg. Squeezing in that glute. 3, 2, 1, and bring it down. Rock it back. Take a second. And flip it over. All right, good. Got it. Thanks, guys. All right. Toe dip. We're going to lean it back into our core position. So I want you to curl your back up, rounding that lower back. So we're not sitting up on that sits bone because that's too much stress back here. So curve it under, lean it back until you start to feel your core shaking or engaged as much as you can from there. We're going to take those feet, we're going to lift one at a time, lower, lift, and lower. Lean it back a little bit further. Lift, right leg on the ground, left leg lift. Lean it back a little bit lower. I am shaking. And bring it back up to starting. From here, lean it back one more time, pick both of those legs up. Repeat, drop that right leg, up, left leg, down, right leg, left leg, one more, right, and left. Drop it down, shake it out, take a nice little stretch here. Probably feel that in your quads as well as your flexors a bit. And we have one last set. These they are our dead bugs. So we're going to lay it down nice and flat. Then we're going to repeat from the top. A little bit of our core, our glutes, everything's working in these. So, tabletop position, knees stacked above hips. And when you're in this position, if you start to feel your low back start to come up off the ground, if you can feel your low back come up, roll those hips back, press it down to the floor, and hold this position. Just holding this position is a core workout. Bring those arms straight up from here. We're gonna bring our left arm over our head and extend our right leg out. Bring it back to our starting position. That is key to bring it right back to that starting position. And opposite arm is leg, reach it back and in. And if extending that leg is a little bit too much for you, you can just tap the toe down, back to start. Tap the toe, and back. So modify it as needed, and keep it going. Ten seconds. And break. Okay. There's a million degrees in my room today. We're going to repeat one more time from the top with our bird dog, but take a second if you need a sip of water. Go ahead and grab some water. All right, hands and knees position. Where we're going to start. All right, here we go. We got about 5 more seconds. Pull that core in. Let's think nice flat back. We're not sinking into our shoulder blades. We're pressing up and away. Here we go. Left arm, right leg. Underneath, elbow to knee tap, and switch. Keeping those eyes looking right down between your hands. Five more seconds. And rock. Go ahead and rock it back into a child's pose. And then we're going to flip it over into our bridge. Right. Here we go. Bring those feet a little further away. And squeeze and lift. Find that bridge position and hold. And bring it down. And lift. Down and up. We are going to march for the next 10 seconds. So picking up one leg at a time, placing it back down on the ground. Lift and lower, keeping all of that weight in the heel on that foot. And break. Bring those knees into the chest. Give them a hug. Roll it over into your plank position. We have our leg lift. All right, we're gonna do that right leg first. Onto the elbows. Here we go. Bringing it down and extend, lift and lower, tap the ground. And bring it down. You can rest in this modified plank position, or you can come down completely. It's up to you. We got 5 seconds to breathe. And we're gonna go for that left leg. Here we go. Lift that left leg and tap down. Five seconds. And bring it down. Ooh. All right. Toe dips. Lean it back. All right. Take a nice big breath in. Bring those feet up to tabletop. Here. Arms out to the side. And we're holding. From here, bring those knees apart, keeping the feet together. So think of a nice diamond shape. Close. Open. Close. Open. Close. A little bit of clamshell action here. Lean it back a little further away. Ooh, we got 6 seconds. Open, close, open, close. 3, 2, 1, and breathe. Dead bugs, and then we're going to move on to our standing up work. Ooh. All right. Feet up in tabletop, knees parallel to the ceiling, arms up. And here we go, keeping that low back press into the floor. Extend, opposite arm is leg. Take it slow. This can be a little bit of a brain teaser. And just tapping that toe if you need to modify to help keep that low back on the ground. Try to keep that knee above the hip the whole time for the non-moving leg. And break. Ooh. All right. Round 1. Did it. Move our core work. We're going to stand up. And we're going to do a little bit of some shoulders. So if you have very light weights, and I mean very light, between 1 and 3 pounds, you can grab them. Otherwise, you will feel this with no weight. And if you've taken my core classes before, you know the shoulder series. is usually a challenge against yourself. The goal is to not drop your arms. Here we go. Take a breather if you need it. Grab some water real quick. You got 15 seconds left to breathe. Go ahead and open up those arms if you're still standing. Get them ready to move. All right, we're going to come into nice hip width position. Pull that core in. Shoulders are down. Bring your arms out. Fist. If you don't have weights, you're just going to make fists. I want you to squeeze circles to the back. Just little circles, and now we're going to reverse to the front. Now give me thumbs up and down. If you have your weights, the weights going up and down. Again, shoulders are down, and we're squeezing those arms. And turn those thumbs down. Down, down. For 3, 2, 1, thumbs up. 3, 4, thumbs down. Alternating for 4. Up for 4, 2, 3, 4, down for 1, 2, 3, 4. Up for 1, down for 1. Up, down, up, down. Keep it going. Your arms are burning. Okay, you're doing great. If you have to drop them for 3 seconds and then come right back up. For 3, 2, 1, bring them out in front of you. Out in front. Think monster mash. Forward, up and down. Up, up, keep them out. Grab your steering wheel. Circles. Circles. We're almost there. Kind of. 3, 2, 1. Bring them back out. Take a second. Bring those arms down. Real quick, bring your chin down to your chest. Roll it down to the floor. Let some blood come back to those arms. Roll it all the way back up. Roll those shoulders. Take it into a wider second position. From here, bring those arms out. We're going to take a nice little squat. Arms come in front, and they open. Open. Get our legs nice and warm while those arms are still working. You don't need to make this fancy. Just think of open. You can even do palms out, palms in, palms out, palms in. Keep it going. Last one. Arms up over the head and down. Palms up. Palms down. And up. Keep it going. If you have weights and you're doing this still, my applause. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Bring it up, down in front, open. Reach side to side. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Bring them down. And then take a stretch. And same thing on that other side. Both arms behind. Give them a nice pull to the back. Lean it forward. All right, we're going to go into some calf raises. If you want to make these a little bit harder, you can grab your weight, and you can hold a weight while you do these. I'm going to make these a little harder for myself today. So I have one weight, just my 10-pounder. I'm just going to hold it just like this. We're going to stand in our parallel position. From here, shoulders down, pull your core in, squeeze your cheeks together, all the way up onto those feet. And in this position, bring it down, up, up. Controlling the down. We're not just flopping down to the ground. Control it. You can go at your own pace here. If you want to do double time, you can get some more in there. Go ahead. Otherwise, make sure your ankles are staying in line and they're not slaying out to the side. You got 10 seconds. And go up and hold. Hold it here. If you have to balance, take that balance. Those calves should be screaming. Focus on squeezing your quad muscles, your calf muscles, and your glutes. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Shake out those legs. We're going to do these again in first position. Our little penguin stance here. Toes are facing out. This is going to target more those inner thighs, a little bit more of our glute media. So hands on the hips or hands out. If you want to hold on to something, you guys know the deal. Here we go. Heels together. Bring it up and down. Really press through those feet. Try to get up as high as you can. Shoulders are down. Our core is engaged. And our glutes are squeezed. Your glutes should almost never not be squeezed in this class. We got 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and balance. Come up on those toes. Squeeze, squeeze quad, squeeze calf. Take your balance. For 3, 2, 1, bring it down. Take out those legs. The last one is going to be the worst. It's in our second position. So take second stretch. Stretch your calves out. Stretch like that. Stretching that back leg. All right. Second position, aka like our sumo squat position. You want just about a little bit wider than shoulder width. The wider you go from there, the harder it's going to be. So we don't need to get too crazy with it. All right. Inhale. Find your balance. If you're holding on to something. Tuck those hips underneath so we're not leaning forward. Think up and then tuck those hips even more underneath. Tailbone down. Inhale, lift, down and up. Going up as high as you can go. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Ooh. Tuck those hips underneath. Make sure those glutes are pressing forward. Squeeze and hold. For 3, 2, 1, bring it down. And shake out those legs. Give them a nice little stretch. And we are going to go into a little bit of lunges. All right. If you need a sip of water, go ahead and grab some water. Shake out those legs. I'm going to use my little doors to hold on to if I need any support. We're going to focus on our right leg first in front. We're going to do 40 seconds on each side. And very similar to last week, we're going to start with our regular lunges. So stepping it back. Find that position, that back knee comes down and up. Half lunge if you have a sensitive knee. If you find that you're having any pain in those knees, you're just going to stop right before there. Down and up. Right. And if you have your chair in front of you, something holding on in front of you is also good for those legs. Bring it down and up. Take it nice and slow. Keeping that weight in this front leg. That's where all the weight is. Down and up. Shoulders are down and back. Pressing through this front heel, making sure this knee's not going past the toe. And bring them together. Shake out those legs. Left leg is going to come in front. All right, find nice stable position. And here we go, 3, 2, 1. Down and up. We're taking these a little bit slower today to really feel it. Think of a nice right angle in that front knee. Keeping our core pulled in. We got 5 seconds. And bring it together. Shake out the legs, stretch them out. We have some squats next. Take a second. All right. Here we go. These are regular body weight squats. So, feet hip width apart. And we're going to sit it back. Booty back. Down. And up. Down. And up. And just like with the others, we want our core pulled in, our shoulders down, and we're pressing through those heels. Chest is up. And break. Breathe. This time we're going to repeat. We're going to add a pulse at the bottom. If you ever have a mirror in front of you, if your knees when you squat look like they're coming in, I want you to focus on pressing them out. Because this type of squat is going to really hurt those inner knees. So think of always pressing out at the bottom. Here we go. This time take it a little bit wider. So a little bit wider than that was before. Sit it down. Come into that squat position. Go up, down, and up. If that's too much on you, back to your regular squat. If you feel like taking it up a notch, add that pulse in. Keep breathing. And bring it up. We have one more squat variation, guys. It's going to be a hold in that big sumo squat position. So this time we're going to point those toes out towards the wall. Grab some water if you need it. It's going to be a wider position. Toes are pointing out to the wall. You're going to bring it down. So your options here, again, if you have sensitive knees, feel free to come right up out of it, up and down. Otherwise, we're all going to come down. We're going to find that position. We're going to bring our chest up, tuck our hips underneath, sink down a little bit lower. Find that comfortable position. Come on down and join me in this nice little position here. I want you to focus on pressing all the weight into your heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes. You can take your hands, press them together, help open up that chest. And we're holding here. Add a nice little pulse in. Tiny pulse down, inch up. And if you have to come out of it for a second, come up, out, breathe, bring it back down. I'm gonna push it a little bit today. So keep pulsing. Take those arms out, do the Macarena, whatever helps you get you through. We got 10 seconds left. Quads are screaming. All right, go a little bit lower if you can. Tiny bit lower. And bring it up. Ah! Shake out those legs. Go ahead and come into a nice little quad stretch here. Quad stretch on the other side. Woo. Touch your nose if you need some balance. All right, take out those legs. And we're gonna make it down. Actually, no, we're gonna do a little bit of standing adduction before we go down to the ground. All right. So for the standing adduction, you can do this holding on to anything if you need a little bit more stability. Otherwise, feel free to try it without it. We're just shifting our weight onto this left leg. The right leg stays facing front, and it's just gonna come out to the side and back in. And that's all it is. Relatively simple, but quite hard after some time. So go ahead and join in if you haven't already. And we're gonna keep going on the side. The right leg comes out. It doesn't need to go up crazy high. You can lift it just to 45. But I want you to keep those glutes squeezed. So again, we have to activate those muscles in the back. A little bit of bend in the knees, okay? And you're gonna feel this in your non-working leg as well in that standing hip. Three seconds. And break. All right, onto that right leg. Here we go. Soft knees, shoulders down and back. Here we go. Left leg out to the side. Keep that knee facing forward. Think of squeezing. These are also really good to do with bands on around the thighs if you really want to feel that burn. And you can also do this with a weight on that leg. Get a light weight, you can just hold it. Or use your own hand and just use your own resistance pressing against that leg. Last one. And rest for 10 seconds. And then we are going to do one more time, but to the front. So back onto that left leg, right leg comes out in front. Same thing, nice soft bend in this left leg. And from here, we're gonna flex this foot. I just want you to lift it to the front, up and down. We're just gonna target a little bit of our hip flexors and our quads, a little bit of our inner core. So we're just lifting. Doesn't need to come out super high. If you feel like getting it up there, go for it. But again, don't compromise form. So our shoulders are down and back. Five seconds. Feeling in the top of that thigh. And hold it out here. Take a second, hold it. I want you to turn that foot out to the side and in. So it's here, out, in, out, in, out, in for 3, 2, 1, bring it down. All right, left side. Here we go. Soften that right knee. Left leg comes out in front, holding on to something for some balance. Find that nice form, lift and lower. My left leg is so much weaker than my right, and that's normal. Lift and lower. This is also a really great balance exercise. Three, 2, 1. Hold that leg out there. Turn it out, in, out, in. Super small movement. This is coming from the hip. Out and in for 3, 2, 1. Lift to lower. And bring it down. Ooh, all right. Now we're going to go down to the floor and finish with a few donkey kicks. This is lower body day for sure, guys. Go ahead and take a second and press your hips forward. Take it, press it through, feel that stretch throughout those little hip flexors. Grab a sip of water if you need it, and then meet me down on the floor on your hands and knees. And we're gonna do a nice little combo here. So what we're gonna start with is our right leg. We're gonna drop it down onto our elbows today. So elbows are under the shoulders. We're gonna bring this right leg up into a right angle. Nice flat foot, and our hip isn't turned out to the side. Keep it pretty much right in line. From here, press it up and up. So it's not coming all the way down underneath us, it's just coming back down to here and up. Press, press. Focus on squeezing those glutes. Three, two, one. Extend that leg straight out. Tap the toe down and squeeze and lift. Down, lift. Down and up. Keep it going. These are really great ways to strengthen your lower body and your glutes and your hips without doing lunges and squats until you're blue in the face. Really good if you have sensitive knees or low back issues. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. Bend that leg in. Turn the knee out this time. So we're turning it out. We're going to lift up, up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Oh, and rock it back to child's pose. We're going to do that same thing on the left. All right, bring it up. Back down onto those elbows. And here we go. Make sure that core's pulled in. Flex that foot. Lift, lower, lift. Keeping those hips square. You can go ahead and extend that leg straight. Try not to kick anything behind you. Bring it straight down, tap and lift. That leg should be as straight as you can get it. And you should be squeezing in your glutes, in your calf, and in your quads. Last one, bring that leg up, bend it back to our starting position, and then turn that knee out to the side just a little bit, very small movement, and lift, lift. Think pulsing at the top with that leg turned out. Pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and bring it back. All right. Take a second to stretch in that child's pose and then come on up and bring that right leg underneath you. And come into a nice little pigeon pose here. Bring it down onto your elbows if you can. And bring it up. Switch legs. Left leg comes underneath. Feel free to roll it out onto the side. That's a little bit easier. Or bend this back knee as well, coming to a stag position. And just lean over that leg. And inhale up. Come into a butterfly. Scoot your hips in just a little bit. Feet together. Sit up nice and tall, shoulders down. Use those elbows to help press those knees out. And lean it forward just a little bit. Hold it here. Extend both legs out in front. And again, reach over the head. I want you to lift up, 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 up to reach over. And reach for those toes. Take 3 nice big deep breaths here. And right leg, cross it over. Left arm behind, turn, look behind you. Take a nice little twist here. And switch legs. Left leg crosses the right. Right arm behind. And shake it out. Go ahead, take a second to stretch out your wrists, roll out your fingers. You can do press the palms together, turn the fingers down and give it a light press here. And go ahead, roll them around. Shake it out. Good job today, guys. Thank you for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.